Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So today we're diving into a skill that's become, well, absolutely essential for pretty much everyone, digital literacy. And we're going to look at it through the lens of something that's changing everything, artificial intelligence. So let me tell you about Sarah. She's a super sharp college grad, top of her class, ready to jump into the tech world. She's using this fancy AI-powered job platform, but something's off. She's just not getting the offers her male classmates are, even though their resumes are basically identical. And when she digs a little deeper, she finds out the AI is actually downgrading her profile. This isn't some dystopian movie plot, folks. This is a real problem, and it's exactly why we need to talk about this stuff. All right, so here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll nail down what digital literacy actually is. Then we'll get into the big challenges AI is throwing our way. I'll show you a great tool for spotting digital deception. We'll look at a bigger framework for all these skills, and then wrap up with what this all means for you. Sound good? Let's jump in. Okay, first things first. We've got to define our terms. We hear this phrase, digital literacy, thrown around all the time, right? But what does it really mean? So the American Library Association has a pretty solid definition. They say it's the ability to use tech to find, evaluate, create, and communicate information. Now, the really important part here is that it's not just about technical skills. It's also about cognitive skills. I mean, anyone can learn to tap on a smartphone, right? But digital literacy is about the critical thinking behind the tapping, being able to actually understand and question the stuff you see online. And this is evolving. Now there's this new, more specific piece of the puzzle called AI literacy. Think of it like this. Digital literacy is the whole textbook. It's the broad foundation for navigating the online world. AI literacy is like a very specific, very important new chapter in that book. It's all about understanding, evaluating, and actually working with artificial intelligence. So why are we making this distinction? Why does it matter so much right now? Well, it's because AI isn't some sci-fi thing anymore. It's already here, woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. And that brings a whole new set of challenges we really need to get our heads around. Yeah, let's circle back to Sarah's story for a second. What happened to her has a name. It's called algorithmic bias. See, AI systems learn from tons and tons of data that we humans create. And if that data is biased, say it reflects historical hiring gaps in the tech industry, then the AI learns that bias. And what's worse, it doesn't just learn it, it can amplify it, making unfair decisions automatically and at a massive scale. So where does this bias even come from? Well, it can sneak in a few ways. You've got training data bias, which is when the AI learns from bad or incomplete data. A classic example is an early facial recognition system that was trained mostly on pictures of white men. And surprise, surprise, it wasn't very good at identifying anyone else. Then there's algorithmic design bias. This is when the developer's own unconscious biases get coded right into the system. Maybe a lone algorithm gives too much weight to a certain zip code and ends up discriminating against a whole neighborhood. And here's the really tricky part. The black box problem. A lot of these AI systems are so complex that even the people who built them can't tell you exactly why it made a specific decision. It's like you put ingredients in one end, a cake comes out the other, but the inside of the oven is a complete mystery. That's a huge problem. And it's not just bias we have to worry about. AI brings us another kind of spooky challenge: deepfakes. We're talking about incredibly realistic videos, audio, or images, all generated by AI that can make it look like someone said or did something they never, ever did. And the tech is getting scary good. I mean, it's getting to the point where just looking at it, you'd have no idea it's fake. So what's the result of all this? You get a digital world that's just drowning in misinformation and flat-out lies. And when you can't trust your own eyes or ears, what happens? Our trust in everything starts to break down. In the news, in our leaders, even in each other. It's a huge deal. Okay, I know. That all sounds pretty intense, right? Kind of scary. But here's the good news. We are not powerless here. Now that we've laid out the problems, let's pivot and talk about some actual practical tools you can start using, like, right now. I mean, this really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? In a world filled with deepfakes and bogus news, how can you possibly know what to trust online? Think about it. You see some crazy headline or a viral video. What do? What's your process for figuring out if it's legit before you hit that share button? Well, I want to show you a fantastic, super simple tool for this. It's called the SIFT method. Just 4 easy steps. Number 1, stop. Seriously, that's it. Before you have that gut reaction, before you share, just pause. Take a breath. Step 2, investigate the source. Who is telling you this? A quick search can tell you if it's a real news outlet or just some random blog. Third, find better coverage. Are other more reliable news sources talking about this? If the answer is no, that is a massive red flag. And last, number 4, trace the claim back to its original source. A lot of the time, quotes and images get completely twisted when they're ripped out of their original context. And that's the beauty of SIFT. It's not complicated. It's a simple mental habit that helps you go from that knee-jerk emotional reaction to a place of actual informed clarity. And it only takes a minute or two. Now, SIFT is an awesome tool for that one specific skill, evaluating information. But real digital literacy is, a much bigger picture. So let's zoom out a bit and look at a framework that covers all the skills you need to be truly competent in the digital world. A really great way to think about this comes from the European Commission. They created something called the Digital Competence Framework, or DIGCOMP for short. And it does a fantastic job of showing how digital competence isn't just one thing. It's actually 5 big connected areas. So let's quickly run through them. First up is information and data literacy. That's our SIFT method. Right there, perfect. Next, there's communication and collaboration. Basically, how will you work with others online, whether you're editing a shared document or just surviving another video call? Then we have digital content creation. This could be anything from knowing how to write a good email to editing a quick video for social media. Fourth is a huge one, safety. This covers it all: strong passwords, spotting scams, and even protecting your own mental health from the chaos online. And finally, problem solving. This is about using digital tools creatively to fix things, like figuring out a spreadsheet to finally get your budget under control. All right, so we've defined digital literacy, we've looked at the big new challenges from AI, and we've even got a framework for the skills we need. Now let's tie it all together. What does this actually mean for you day to day? Here's the most important takeaway. The tech is always going to change. The apps we're all obsessed with today will probably be gone in 5 years, but the mindset, that's what matters. The mindset of being a critical, curious, and responsible person online, that's the skill that lasts forever. It's about getting in the habit of asking questions, checking your sources, and just being open to lifelong learning. So, I'll leave you with this final question to think about. After everything we've talked about today, from spotting algorithmic bias to just staying safe online, what's the one digital skill that you want to work on next? What's your next step to becoming a smarter, more confident navigator of this wild digital world?